and welcome back for my Q&A video. I hope that you guys have been having a fabulous week and a day. Why not, right? I meant to film this video earlier this week. Some things happened, but I'm finally doing it now. I've also been somewhat hesitant to film this video because I feel really weird like talking about myself. But I know that there's things that you guys have been wanting to know, as well as, you know, fitness tips and beauty tricks and stuff like that. So I was like, I just gotta do it. I just gotta make myself do it. What I went ahead and did was just compiled like a list of questions from YouTube, as well as Instagram. So let's just go ahead and jump on into it, why don't we? Okay, so the first question is from Dabadam, and he asks, what has fitness brought to your life? Fitness has honestly brought so many wonderful things to my life. It's brought confidence, it's made me healthier, it's also helped with, if you guys have watched my, one of my older videos about nutrition, it's helped me with my IBS. I used to suffer from IBS as well as depression. It's just really, I don't know, it's almost indescribable how much fitness has impacted my life. I really started getting serious about fitness about 4 years ago, and ever since then, I mean, since I've just been consistent and really made it a lifestyle, I've just noticed so many changes, all for the better, all positive, you know, and it's not easy. It wasn't easy, and sometimes it still isn't easy, but it's brought a lot of peace and joy and so many other things to my life. So thank you for asking. Okay, so this next question is from Ashley Polenko. She says, on the Alaska video, when you were in the airport, you mentioned boot camp, assuming military. Can you talk a little bit about that? Love you, Hope. I love you too, Ashley. I love you so much. But I really do. Okay, so yes, I was in the military. I was in the Air Force for 6 years. I joined right out of high school and went to basic training. It was about 8.5 weeks. It was 8 weeks. Baby, how long was boot camp? How long is boot camp for Air Force? It's 6.5 weeks? Okay, sorry, my bad. I was in there for 6.5 weeks, and then I got stationed in England, and that's where I met Cody, and I was there for 2 years. And while I was there, I was deployed to Bagram, Afghanistan for about 4 months. I was a jet mechanic, so I was a fighter jet mechanic. I worked on the F-15E Strike Eagle while I was in England, and then after 2 years there, I got stationed to Florida to work on the F-35, and I was a mechanic there for a little bit, and then I got offered a position to be a maintenance instructor. So for the last 3 years I was in the military, I was actually a maintenance instructor for the F-35. And then I decided to, I had a lot of amazing experiences while I was in, and I wouldn't change it for anything. I don't regret joining, but I traveled the world and everything like that, but ultimately I decided that the military wasn't for me anymore, and there were other goals and dreams that I wanted to pursue. But I fell in love with Florida, and I still live here, so yeah. Ooh, okay, so the next question is from Miss Madison, and she asks, how and when did you and Cody meet? So, not everybody knows who Cody is. So he is actually my husband. We have been married for over 6 years. Me and Cody met when we were both stationed in the Air Force in England. So yeah, we were stationed at Lakenheath. He actually was stationed there about a year before I got there. And then we both were living in the dorms because we were like airmen at the time. So whenever you're young and new like that, you have to live in the dorms, kind of like college. But they were co-ed dorms, so I actually moved in right next door to him. So it took about a few months before we started dating, but like As soon as I saw him, I was like, oh my gosh, that's one of the most beautiful men I have ever seen in my life. Like, I need to talk to him. I need to, I need to get it going. I need to get something going on. But it was like really funny because I felt like I was dropping hints left and right, but he was not picking them up. And I was like, okay, this guy is just like not interested in me. Well, you can only try so much. But there was a dorm party one night, and some guys decided to invite him over, and I was like, I don't know, I don't really think he likes me, and blah blah blah. And then I don't know, I guess they just kind of knew what was going on, and they made him come over, and one thing led to another, and we ended up hanging out all night, and we've talked every day since then. Every day for over 7 years we've talked, and it's been through deployments and everything like that. So, and I like talked to him, and I was like, dude, like, why did you act like that? Like, I was dropping hints like all over the place, like feeling real like, like a crazy lady. And he said that he thought there was no way that someone like me would be interested in him. So the next question is from Villa May, and she asks, how many times a week do I work out, and do I ever work out like in the morning? I work out 5 times a week, like mid-afternoon or the evening. It kind of just flips back and forth. I find that as far as like weightlifting goes, I always feel like I have more energy during the middle towards the end of the day because I've been consuming my carbs. I feel like I have more energy built up so that I can perform better through my workouts. Good question. Next question is from Adriana Flores, and she asks, do you plan ahead of time what your week will look like, or do you go day by day? Well, when I first got out of the military to kind of pursue like my dreams and my goals and stuff like that, things that I had always really wanted to do with my life, I kind of went from this like super structured environment to I could do whatever I want whenever I want, and that was like no good. And so I used to live my day by day, and it was terrible. So now, like, I make a schedule, I know what I'm gonna do. Obviously there's some like flex room, sometimes I'll plan out, well, me and Cody are gonna shoot this day for this company, or I'm gonna film this makeup look this day, and then this day will be for editing for YouTube and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty much like now I have a schedule, and I try to stick to it as much as I can because it just really helps my productivity and helps like relieve a lot of stress. I don't have to really like think about what I'm gonna do. This question is from Lizzie, and I don't know how to pronounce your last name, so I'm just not even gonna try because I don't want to butcher it. But she asked, did you already have somewhat of a booty before working out? But beautiful as always. Whoa. I did have somewhat of a butt. It was nowhere near what it is right now, like at all. So I did have somewhat of a butt. Everybody's genetics are different, and everybody's body is different. Go and look on my Instagram. I think it was like about a week ago that I posted a transformation picture of my glutes. So that can really give you it can give you a better idea of like where I started to where I'm at right now. So yeah. So this next question is from Amy Page, and she asks, how many meals do you eat a day, and how did you start your fitness journey? Okay. So I personally eat 6 small meals a day, about every 2 to 3 hours. And that's a pretty like a short answer right there. But as far as like how I started on my fitness journey, whenever I was stationed in England, the fighter jets that I used to work on there, it was like the work there was so demanding. Like I pretty much worked 10.5 hours every day, sometimes 12 hours, and I'd come in on the weekends a lot. We had what's called weekend duty a lot. So I didn't really like focus on working out so much, but it wasn't until I moved to Florida, I got stationed in Florida, that it was like a brand new, it was the F-35, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but it was like a brand new jet. Still the newest fighter jet to the Air Force. But yeah, it was the newest fighter jet when I first got stationed there, and we couldn't really do very much on it yet because there was still a lot of testing to be done and everything like that. So I had more free time. My work wasn't as demanding. So I started getting back in the gym a lot more, and then I wanted to take things to the next level, and I actually worked with a lady who used to do figure competitions, and she was like looking at me one day. She was just like, you know, like, I see a lot of potential in you for bikini competitions. And I was like, really? And I was like, well, what is a bikini competition? So she started explaining it to me, and she showed me pictures of when she did figure competitions and stuff like that. And I was like, that looks really cool. Like, I don't think I could do figure, but definitely bikini. That would be like awesome. So I just started doing like more and more research, found a coach, and I don't know. I mean, like, I tried to find the best coach that I could at the time, and I just did everything that they told me. I ate everything that they told me to eat. I did all of the workouts that they told me to do, and I just went like super crazy about it, and I got my pro card within a year after 3 competitions. And I don't know, I ultimately decided that competitions weren't for me anymore, but I definitely have not given up the fit lifestyle. Like, I just really turned it into something much bigger for myself, much different. Okay, so the next question is from Loved by Lash, and she asks, what makeup brushes do you use? Okay, so I have all my makeup brushes here right now that I use. Let me see. I don't know, does that look crazy now that I have that up there? Like that? Oh, it's not too bad, it's not too bad. These are all of the brushes that I used for this makeup look right here. This one is really good for my translucent powder. I use this one for my bronzer, highlight on the nose, small eyeshadow brush, eyeliner brush for my waterline. This is my like little smudger brush that I use for like right underneath there, you know, underneath my lash line. I love this brush for contouring. It's incredible. Angled eyeliner brush. I recently just got this brush from Sephora, and it's really like changed my life. It's changed the game for me with doing my winged eyeliner. A bigger eyeshadow brush. They're both blending brushes, but this one, I don't know if you can see. Like, the bristles are looser than this one right here. See how it's kind of like tighter? So this one's like this one's awesome for blending and just kind of like getting a larger area, and then this one's really cool for if you just want to like kind of keep it tight like within your crease. And then I use this for my eyebrows, and this one as well. I use both of these for my eyebrows, this one for my nose contour, and then this one, I use this one for my face all the time. This is my foundation brush. I didn't use this one. I usually use this one for highlight, but this one's really awesome too. Okay, so the next question is from 3BSY, and they ask, what is your eating like? Do you follow it fits your macros diet, or do you just eat healthy? Okay, so I'm really glad that you asked this question, and it's kind of like a hot topic for me, and the reason why I say that is because I feel like there's so much conflicting information as far as it fits your macros. Like, I feel like it's really gotten blown out of proportion, and it's just turned into this like really big thing to where, oh, you know, you can eat whatever you want. You can have cookies and Pop-Tarts every day and look exactly like how you want. You can get the results you want and blah, 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 blah. The reality of it is that if it fits your macros properly, it's going to be almost the same as clean eating. There's this whole thing where clean eating is its own thing, and if it fits your macros is its own thing, but really it's not that different. I mean, if it fits your macros is supposed to be used in the sense that, you know, you can allow yourself a small treat every day, but that doesn't work for everybody. Some people have digestive issues. Some people's bodies can't handle that, especially if you're trying to lose weight. You know, you shouldn't be having a Pop-Tart every day. And it's just not good for you. It's not good for anybody to have sugar, eat whatever they want every day. Even if you might look a certain way on the outside, you're not looking good on the inside, and it will catch up with you over time. Like, I promise you, it will catch up with you over time. It's just you can't beat science. Science will always win when it comes to those types of things. Alrighty, so the next question is from Miss Jennifer. Hey. She says, what does your weekly gym plan look like and what's your cardio routine? Your body is, like, you put a bunch of heart emojis. Thank you very much, I love you. Okay, so my weekly gym plan goes a little like this. I try to do Monday through Friday. Sometimes it doesn't always work out. Sometimes I'll lift on a Saturday or a Sunday. But usually I do legs on Monday, shoulders, chest, and calves are on Tuesday, hamstrings on Wednesday, Thursday is back, biceps, and triceps, and then Friday is dedicated all to the glutes because your butt can, well, I was going to say your butt can never be too big, but yeah, it can be. It can be too big. But I'm like never, like I'm always on this endless pursuit to like grow my glutes as big as they possibly can. So yeah, Friday is definitely all dedicated to the glutes, and then I will throw in calves at the end. And as far as my cardio goes, right now, I do cardio 3 to 4 times a week for about 20 minutes, and it'll be the Stairmaster or a routine that I do on the treadmill. I really don't run very much. Like long distances, you know, like sprint. I do like sprint intervals, like hit cardio is what you could call it. And then the Cybex arc too, the Cybex arc trainer. That's a fun one. The next question is from I Love Island. I think I'm saying that right, I hope so. How old were you when you started your fitness journey? And how old are you now? You're beautiful, by the way. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I was 22. I was 22 when I started my fitness journey, and I am 26 now. Yep. 26 years old. Okay, so the next question is from Leslie Jeanette, and she asks, after working out, what is your skincare routine? Please help. I am constantly breaking out. It seems the more I sweat, the more breakouts I get. Girl, I feel ya. I mean, my skin's clear right now, but trust me, it was a lot of work. A lot of work. Trust me. I feel your pain, okay? So, one thing that's really important to do is that you want to make sure that your skin is completely free of makeup before you work out. I mean, I might, like, sometimes I keep my eye makeup on, but I make sure that I completely get everything off of my face. I always use these right here. I swear by these things. You can find them anywhere. They're like really, really amazing and awesome. I just take like a couple of them and I remove all of the makeup off of my face before I start working out. I used to make the mistake of lifting while I had makeup on my face, and it was like, whew, man, it was like so terrible, so bad that I had like cystic acne like all over the place, and it was painful, and like my skin just got horrible, and it took months for my skin to like heal and recover from that. So it's really important to make sure that you don't have any makeup on you whatsoever. And most of the time, obviously I always shower after I work out, but what I also try to do is go home right away or shower at the gym. So if you have to run, if you have errands or anything like that to do, I would highly recommend doing them before. Really try to wash your face and take a shower as soon as possible after the gym. I've been using this face wash for 6 years. I'm not joking. Like, this is the only face wash that I use. It's incredible. You can get it at Ulta. And I use this. I've been using this for about 2 years now, and it's completely like changed my life. Like, I love this so much. It's so cool. I could just kind of turn it on right here. Yeah, can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. But what it does, it like oscillates them. It's like an oscillating brush, and it's timed too. I'll go ahead and turn that off now. It's like super cool because it's timed for like a minute. So you'll like start out over here, and then it'll like kind of like make a noise, it'll vibrate, so then you move it to your forehead and it'll do the noise again, and then you move to your cheek, right? And then like kind of like right in here on your neck. And then it'll make the noise a final time, and then you bring it over here and you just do your other cheek and like kind of get over here underneath your neck too and stuff like that. It's incredible. Like even when your face looks completely clean and then you use this, like stuff will always come off on this. So you don't have to get, I think these can be a little bit pricey sometimes, so they might have like more affordable versions. I know they've come out with a lot of them now, but like seriously, get one of these. You need this in your life. Seriously, because it has totally helped me with my acne and everything like that. Oh, I really like this one. This one's from Alana. She says, how do you beat sugar cravings? And also, what music do you listen to when you work out? So, there are a lot of things I do to beat sugar cravings. One of my most favorite ways that I do is like tea with stevia in it. So sometimes like I'll make it at home, but then sometimes, you know, I don't know, I feel like going to Starbucks or like a coffee shop is just like, in my mind, it's like an extra treat. Just like going out and getting something. So I'll get, right now I'm really hooked on iced black tea from Starbucks. And I'll put stevia on that. But their green tea is really good and their passion fruit tea is really good. So yeah, you just get it like unsweetened and then put stevia in there. Soy cappuccinos, you don't want to go crazy on those because the soy milk is sweetened. But I have noticed for me personally that if I do like a soy cappuccino once a week, you know, when I need like a pick-me-up or something, because we all have like, you know, bad days during the week where you're like, I could really use me a cappuccino right now. Yeah, like soy cappuccinos are pretty good. Oh my god, you know what else is really amazing too? Okay, so sometimes with like when I have my meal plan, I'll do like Ezekiel toast in the morning and I spray, I can't believe it's not butter on there, and then sprinkle stevia on that. Girl, it is incredible. Well, let me tell you. You can do that on Ezekiel English muffins too. It's like, it's amazing. Like, it's so good. You can't even tell the difference. Like, I love it so much. Another really good way to beat sugar cravings too, gum, sugar-free gum. You don't want to go too crazy on the gum because you can actually, like, it can make you bloated if you chew too much because you're like the air and stuff like that from chewing. And then another thing that I really love too are the Total Zero Red Bulls. They're not, I'm not going to say that they're healthy for you. I'm just going to say that if you have one every now and then, it's not going to hurt your fitness goals, okay? It's not going to make you gain weight or anything like that. And it's really, really good. I love carbonated beverages, and it's like the right level of sweetness and stuff like that. And it's got nothing in there, which, I don't know, obviously those types of things freak me out, which is why I don't do them that much, because I'm like, how could there not be anything in there? There's obviously something in there, something you shouldn't be having. But anyways, yeah, I like those. And then you asked, what music do I work out to? So I'm going to show you my setup that I have. I just put on Pandora. James Brown radio, Drake, Coldplay, Kygo, Snoop Dogg. I love listening to Snoop Dogg radio whenever I work out. I seriously will get down to James Brown. Oh shoot. I'm not even joking. Like, I have gotten down to James Brown. Like, Legs is amazing with James Brown. Beethoven, okay? I do cardio to classical music like that sometimes. I don't know what it is. It just like calms my mind and I feel like amazing. Rob Zombie and Skrillex, like amazing for lifting weights. 9 Inch Nails. Okay, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but I've seriously like listened to Frank Sinatra radio while I'm lifting before. And disco. Take me down to Funky Town. So that brings us to the end of this Q&A video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys had fun learning more about little old me. I really appreciate your questions. I tried to get to as many as I possibly could, but it's really flattering to me that you guys want to hear my advice on things and want to know more about me. Thumbs up if you had fun. Please subscribe to my channel. Okay, I love you guys, and until next time.